Yes, guys, that was the Liverpool versus Tottenham game, and gotta say, what a performance! Almost the perfect performance, but of course, that last bit there just it made me cry just a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but you know what? Kudos to Tottenham. We're going in 1 point behind Arsenal. We'll have to see what happens in the Leeds match, but I gotta say, at the end of the day, Son, congrats, man. Honestly, what a player. 20 goals now, I believe. And yeah, honestly, we just have to take it in the chin, it's that's the best we can do here. Ayanami, I'm sad about the draw after being up for a while, but credit where it's due. Attacking wise, Emerson looked like a new person and he was getting in good challenges, a few mistakes, but overall great. Yeah, I think that was probably Emerson's best game in a Tottenham shirt. Keita Fabinho elbowed Son, kicked Kane. Yeah, I was really surprised that Fabinho did not get 2 yellows because to me, he deserved 2 yellows in that game. He should be gone from that game. He didn't, just the fouls he was taking, and then I believe it was Tsimikas came in. He did some small foul, and then he got carded. The inconsistency in the Premier League when it comes to the refs is just ridiculous. Congrats to Sonny for getting 20 goals in a Premier League season for the first time. Yes, exactly. Son just continues to shine. Emerson Royale, best game. Exactly. Catman Jess, thanks for coming in, man. Big up, Andre. What a game. The boys showed such pride for the shirt, fought to the very end, and I'm very proud of the club. I'm proud as well, honestly. But you know what? That leads me to talk about our top 3 players. And yes, James will be here shortly, as he said yesterday. He's with Joe, our other co-host, and they'll be on soon to give their thoughts as well. Emerson, man, what a game he had. Exactly. And he makes my top 3 today. Weirdly enough, usually he's making my bottom 3, but today he makes my top 3. Honestly, he made such a performance doing the runs, getting in those tackles. And yeah, just honestly, it seemed to me that he was the player that I didn't really think would sort of be performing the best, but he was the best today. So one of the best. So that's my first one. My second one, got to give it up to Son. I think that he, as per usual, shines at Tottenham, and even sometimes outshines Kane. But that could just be because he is the target man now. He makes those runs. And my third player will have to honestly be, you know what? I'm debating between Davies or Kane because Davies made a lot of tackles today. That's a hard one. I don't know about you guys, but Davies today, he had a very good game. But Harry Kane, he always has, more or less always has a good game. But you know what? Just to change it up a little, I'm going to go with Davies today. I think that Davies, most of those shots were blocked by Davies. So, kudos to him for keeping that back line well, because now that I move on to my bottom 3, surprisingly, Romero is a guy who makes it into my bottom 3 today. Not to say that his performance was all bad, but I expect more from Romero. And all I saw was just a bunch of... So it was the return of Romero from a few months ago, where I was always complaining that his tackles were very, very hit or miss, Thornton, good to see you, man. As a Man City fan, after losing to Real Madrid, this was an amazing feeling. Well, we're glad to give you that gift this time. If you've seen the last video, our odds were not in our favor. It was a really horrible thing to see our track record against Liverpool. But, Conte so far, he's showing that against the big teams, doesn't matter which one we face, we can get something. Romero was very hot and cold today. Yes, Leo, I agree. And that's why he makes my bottom 3. I'm very sort of disappointed in the performance he put in today. He put us in a lot of sticky situations. Some of his tackles right outside the box, and I'm sitting there thinking, even me as a fan, I know how Liverpool plays, and I'm as a Spurs fan, when I've seen them play, I know how they play. They look for that nudge, and then they just fall. And that's exactly what he kept giving it to them. And then, I'm surprised we didn't concede more off of these set pieces. Emerson, Davies, and Romero. Oh, what do you mean, Royale? Or maybe I'm reading that wrong. But I hope it's not Romero that you're putting as best three, because I personally think he made a lot more bad tackles than good ones. Not to say that everything was bad, because he did put in some good blocks. He did take us out of some situations, but he put us in a lot of bad situations as well. Harry Kane also had a good game. Yes, he did. And I mean, you would expect him to have a good game. It's Harry Kane. So by all means, I think it's just what you expect from him at this point. I talked about once how when I'm gauging these top three, bottom threes, it's all about where I range them, right? So if Davies is down here and Romero's up here, and Davies puts a performance that's at the Romero level, it's something to talk about, because the summer window is coming up. There might be players leaving, and I'm sure Davies is sitting there thinking, look, I don't want to go, right? I'm sure at least one defender is going to leave. And at least from my perspective, it's going to be either Sanchez or Davies. So it really is one of those things where, yes, Davies is starting, but I'm sure he really is making a case for himself that, hey, I can still be in this team. So it's great to see that in a big game like that, he can step up. Yanami here with Son, Emerson, Davies. Exactly. Actually, those are the exact three that I picked. So there we go. Look at that. Miles Houston, good to see you, man. Good performance. Got unlucky with that deflection goal, but we all would have taken a point going in. Let's hope Leeds puts in a shift against Arsenal tomorrow. They still have a lot to play for. Yeah, so now, unfortunately, we have shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, and now we are 100% relying on Leeds to get that job done, because honestly, going into that Arsenal game, we would like to be in a position, of course, where if we win, we go above them. And if they win tomorrow, us winning will still be a point behind them. And to be honest, knowing how Spurs are, if it comes down to that Norwich game, I'm scared we might not even win, because Norwich has been very bad, but Spurs have been the most hot and cold team I've ever seen. Although Manchester United might beat us there at the end when it comes to the hot and cold. Ayanami here, Davies block against Salah just before the goal was so vital. So unfortunate that it was deflected a goal, especially by DS. Yeah, and it's jammy Liverpool all the freaking time. It's always the same Liverpool getting lucky. But as I always tell my friends when they're upset, or some of them are Liverpool fans, some of them are Spurs fans, we shouldn't be, if we finish the game saying, oh, like they got lucky, it's like, well, no, we need to take command of that game. So at the end of the day, I think 2 ties, right? This time we drew, last time we drew, definitely already a better team with Conte. 2 times against Liverpool and we've drawn. I don't think I've seen us draw against Liverpool 2 times in a row since I've been a Spurs fan. So this is great to see. This is an improvement. And I'm sure you bring in a few extra good players and we could possibly beat these guys. Neil Williams here, Romero, bottom 3, really? Yes, I know he showed heart, he showed desire, but he was there for the blocks. But I just think there were other players there that were better with the blocks. I think Davies blocked a lot more balls than Romero did, and he fouled less than Romero did. I think Romero put us in situations that we didn't really need to. They were some needless tackles. It was the Romero from a few months ago that I was always hard on him for that, because he's a great player. So I expected great things from him. I don't expect him to nudge Mane right outside the box and give that free kick like that. I was pretty annoyed when that happened. I believe twice he gave away a foul at the edge of the box, giving them that chance. And then there was one against Henderson as well, which didn't end up being a foul, but it could have easily been a yellow card, because he completely missed the ball. So that's just my take on it. But you know what, Neil, it's just all an opinion here. And, he did play well as well. I just think in terms of what I expect from him and compared to the other players, he does make my bottom 3 in that. This game proves why it's so important to have a competent back line. Needs to stop giving away inexcusable set pieces. Exactly. And we used to have that on the right side, especially with Aurier, but now it's kind of moved a little more centrally, at least for this game. Overall, though, I think Romero is one of our better players, of course. Throughout the season, he's just been the best defender. But today just was one of those days where he wasn't at his A game, but luckily other players stepped up. We need to get a tall defender and a left center back. Someone like Koulibaly can make his presence known in corners, both sides of the pitch. Yeah, so I mean, we could always go for Pau Torres. Maybe he'll be interested. We could just. I know we were interested in him last year. So something to think about. I don't believe Villarreal is in the top 4 right now. Are they? No, they're 8th. So I don't think top 4 is happening for them. And I know that the reason he stayed with Villarreal for this season was because he wanted to play in the Champions League, especially if it can be done with his club, right? But if we can offer Champions League and Villarreal aren't in there, that could be something we can take advantage of. So we'll have to see. I think he would be a great addition, and then just have Davies as a substitute. And personally, I would say sell Sanchez. I think you'd get more money for Sanchez since he is younger. Sushant here saying if we got a good player in a lot of areas. Oh, felt pity for Conte. He got this is hard to read, or maybe am I the one not reading this properly? Okay. This was not written properly. Winston Sanchez from the sub, please. Yeah. Well, look, when it comes to the substitutes, I gotta say, I was pretty annoyed. I was not happy with those substitutes, but you can't destroy your players either. So I think Conte realized that it's better if we prepare for a draw than try and go for a win and then we possibly give away a draw. But as most of you, I'm sure, were feeling that heartbreak, we could have won. I think Bergwijn, if Højbjerg hadn't touched that and it landed on Bergwijn's foot, that would have gone in. And that would have been the craziest game of the season, more than the Leicester game, more than the Man City game. This would have been one of the best games I've seen since the Ajax game. For me personally, because of the stakes. We had the chance to really hurt Liverpool today, and we technically kind of have, because I think there is more of a chance, and don't clip me on this, but who knows, there's more of a chance that Arsenal drop points and we can catch up to them, especially since we face them, than Man City dropping points for Liverpool to catch up. So definitely, even though we've kind of hurt both them and us, we've heard them more. This is more of a loss for them than it is for us, to be honest. And based on our track record against Liverpool, you got to give it up to the boys. It's been a depleted squad, and we drawn with them again at Anfield. We haven't won at Anfield since May 2011. That's how long it's been. Bobby K, good to see you, man. I hope you enjoyed the game. I don't know if you were at the Spurs bar, but I will be at the Spurs bar for that Arsenal game. Just letting you know. All right, Ayanami here. One thing to notice about our wingbacks today is that they were driving at their opponents. That's why they should be doing, which is good, but we need this to be consistent. Exactly. And I don't know if that's going to happen with these players. Emerson's best game was today. Great. But in the overall season, I have not seen that from him. It's kind of what I was saying about Romero, right? Yes, he makes my bottom 3 today because I expect more, but overall in the whole season, he's been really good. So I'm not going to take this as I'll just take this as okay, maybe he was nervous. It's a big game. The stakes are high. I was nervous. I was clutching my pillow like every time Liverpool was coming into our box. So, but I don't know. I personally think that Emerson is not a right wing back. He's a right back. And the fact that Liverpool were such a high pressing team meant that our wing backs really did have to stay back most of the time and then just do a counterattack. So it could be why he played well, because he played more right back than he did right wing back since we were back all the time. So that's the way I see it. But kudos to Emerson, though. Very good job today. again, he made my top 3. So Højbjerg should have either headed it in or just let it through to another player. Yeah, that would have been Bergwijn who would have kicked that in. So we'll see. Might be a hot take, but I'm not content with Dyer being a starter next season. I just don't feel confident with Dyer and Davies being starters. Well, I think I don't think we'll be getting 2 center backs, 2 really good center backs. So I think it really will come to a decision where you have to pick between either or. Either you do Dyer and you bring him back and Davies starts with a center back and Romero, or it's Davies who goes to the bench and then Dyer and Romero play with whoever we get, which personally I think it would be smart to get Pau Torres based on the context. Miles saying here, Arsenal has to go away to Newcastle and will play a desperate Everton team. They're bound to drop at least a few points. Exactly. So at this point, honestly, the next 3 games, we just got to take it 1 game at a time and get 9 points out of 9. That's all we can do now. That's all we can do, and then just let Arsenal do their thing, and we'll see if they drop points. Because you are exactly correct. We're facing a Norwich side that is already relegated. So that in itself is already, a very, I could say, it could be an easy game, but it could be not, it possibly couldn't. We're facing a Burnley, which we didn't do well with them last time, but Sean Dyche is gone. So that's a different Burnley team. And we have Arsenal. So we just have to take those 3 games, get 9 points out of 9, and go from there. But at the same time, though, Arsenal do have it a little bit tougher than us just based upon the context of which the teams that they're facing. So, let's just take it 1 game at a time. Big up, Royale. Sean, big up for you, man. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, honestly, I can't believe that Royale's been playing so well today. But all right, looks like James and Joe are here. Let's hear what they have to say. How are you boys doing today?
Hello, how you doing, Andre? How you doing, SpursRelated Balls?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm a little down, but I've been keeping it up. We just have to take 9 points out of 9 for these next few. But what a draw today! We could have won.
I don't see how you're. Do you know what? I'm quite content. I was expecting to lose, and the fact that we've managed to get a draw and play really well, I think we did really well. Obviously, we needed a win to kind of take it to Arsenal, but I think you can't expect to win at Anfield. Like we just did so well. I'm so happy. Personally, yeah. I'm not down, but Joe's probably absolutely gutted.
It's a weird one because obviously I'm upset that we've lost. Well, it feels like a loss because obviously now Man City can take a big lead. But the way, even though we controlled most of the ball, the way that you guys played, like you had a game plan, you stuck to it, and it worked brilliantly. And it's just the way the game felt. We said on the preview about how it would be, counter attack. That's exactly what you did, and it worked perfectly with Son.
Exactly.
And you had a few chances, Højbjerg at the end. Like I said to you the whole way through, we didn't really look like scoring. The only time we scored is when Diaz had an effort from the edge of the box, like he does, though, and it was deflected. We got very lucky. Like I'm upset we haven't won because it would have been huge, and obviously very privileged as a Liverpool fan right now. You kind of expect to win at home.
Yeah.
Tottenham were very impressive, and I've got to hold my hands up. And I've given Emerson, Davies, a lot of stick, and they were fantastic.
Yeah, they very good
performance.
Yeah, very very humbling to hear.
They got briefed a way of playing, and they did it perfectly, and it humbled us. And I think fair enough. It's upsetting, but fair play to Tottenham. That's all I can say.
The way I would describe Spurs' performance is it was professional and it was like stubborn. Like we weren't giving Liverpool the time of day to kind of like Salah was trying all these like dribble the runs. Diaz was obviously very good, got them a goal, but also like we shut him out quite a few times. Mane was quite quiet, so I just think we were really stubborn in defence, which was brilliant. Romero, big up Joe de Gloria, I know that's got to. Romero, I wouldn't even say was good. I think he was like unbelievable. Davies' block and just his whole performance. I mean, you guys know the amount I slate Ben Davies, but it was his best performance this season. Same as Emerson. I mean, he hasn't had very good performances, but was just incredible. And I thought Bentancur wasn't the best. I thought Højbjerg was the better midfielder out of the two. Kulusevski did enough, but I mean, didn't obviously get that many opportunities. Son did his bit, and the goal was brilliant. The goal was so well taken. The play was amazing. Like if Liverpool did that, we'd be seeing that on Sky Sports every day. So
it's a weird result because, like, obviously you guys are going to be happy that you didn't lose, but the way it felt is like you probably could have got more.
yeah,
And how Liverpool played, we usually expect to bombard teams. We were just resulted to just whipping balls in and hoping, which isn't how we usually always play.
yeah.
And so I think both sides are like, we got a draw, but kind of ill feeling about it. It's a weird one, but
I mean, we could have won it. We could have won it at the end, couldn't we?
for our friendship, it's probably the best result.
I mean, we literally could have won it at the end.
When Højbjerg headed it down.
I don't know what Højbjerg was thinking.
It was behind him, though. Yeah, he had to. Like,
I think he was trying to think he could head it across, but like, you know, obviously I see what you're saying, Andre. Like, you're quite down, but like, let's be honest. Like, before the game, realistically, we were expecting to lose that game. Like, although I predicted a draw, that was a very optimistic draw, and we've got the draw. You know, let's hope that Leeds can beat Arsenal, and then we can beat Arsenal, and then it's up to us, isn't it?
Well, I think the reason I'm just a little down is because of the fact that we really could have won if Højbjerg had left that. I think if that made contact with Bergwijn's foot, that could have gone in.
Yeah,
and then I would have just sat down because of all the shit I've talked about Bergwijn, and then he goes and does another one.
I get it, but also Højbjerg hit the post. There was a chance for Bergwijn near the end as well. We had like 4 or 5 chances, I'd say. Obviously, Liverpool had like, you know, double, triple there.
the only serious ones where I thought we should score is Van Dijk's header. And other than that, like, Diaz was deflected. Other than that, I don't think I don't think there was many. I don't think there was. You're right, Gaz. I don't think there was many like clear-cut chances other than the Verge one. Whereas you guys had like, quite a few, which kind of sums it up. We had all the ball. We didn't do a lot with it, and that's because you didn't let us.
The thing is, like, obviously, I was really scared at the end that Liverpool were going to score. But if you actually watch Spurs, like the way they were set up, it was like a bank of 5, a bank of 4, and then kind of just Son up there, and it was like. I was just thinking like that is like almost like Mourinho, but also obviously Conte. They kind of play similar styles, but obviously, you know, Conte with the 5 at the back. But it was just so well structured. It was so resilient. It reminded me of kind of a Mourinho away performance when he'd take Chelsea there or something like that. Although I don't like comparing us to Chelsea, it kind of reminded me of that kind of. I use that word again, like stubborn. That's how I saw it. It's like it was probably annoying the head out of Liverpool fans because we were so well set up, and that's what got us that draw today.
Times you had chances to turn and pass out, and you just wait and watch the ball go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I will say I feel worse for you, Joe, because I feel that both of us sort of took a loss there with this draw, but I feel like Man City, we can expect Arsenal to drop points more than Man City, so I feel like this is a bigger loss for you guys.
I mean, but. It's one of those, if we'd have not taken points against Tottenham, but we should have done, like, I'd have been upset. But the way the game panned out, I'll be honest and straightforward, it's kind of like I can't really complain too much because we didn't deserve to get the 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is not something I've said a lot when we played at home this season.
True, and I mean, like, the one goal you guys got, not saying that you guys didn't play well, because you guys had all the possession, you were beating us on every stat. It was a deflection. You guys just kind of got lucky with that goal, to be honest.
It was completely.
Like our goal, yeah, exactly. Our goal was class. Theirs was lucky, but also like I think a draw is a fair result. I think that is the fairest result. Like there's no one's coming away and saying, you know, Liverpool could have got an easy goal. Liverpool could have got an easy goal. You know that the referees made a bad mistake or anything like that. Everyone's happy with the draw. Although I know you're saying, Andre, like I said again, like. You know, of course, it's now we're hoping for an Arsenal loss, but actually a draw is a good result, but it's not a good result for Liverpool. That's how I see it personally.
Yeah, definitely. Joe, I feel bad for you, man. I feel like this is a loss for you guys, honestly. Man City dropping points, that's wishful thinking.
Liverpool and City were never going to win every single game at the end of the season. Like, one of us is going to drop. I still think City will slip up in one game. But now that we've slipped up, obviously we need them to slip up twice pretty much if they win. I don't know, like
Man City aren't slipping up twice in 4 games.
If Newcastle can win tomorrow, I'm just saying we'll stay top.
I basically think if City beat Newcastle, I'm pretty sure Newcastle is their hardest game. So I think City beat Newcastle is pretty much all done, wrapped up.
They got to play Villa, so Gerrard can do a miracle. Just saying. But we've got to play Villa. So.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Elvis saying we take away more than a point today. Son became just the second Spurs player to have scored 20 goals in a season without a penalty. That's pride, and that goal was so well crafted and taken. Clippity clop, stop breathing. Yep. What are your thoughts there, James? Son making 20 goals, no pens.
Yeah, no, listen, Elvis is spot on. Elvis is absolutely spot on, and his analysis before the game was brilliant yesterday as well. Clippity Klopp's top three, I like that as well. I like that a lot.
So how about we move on to our top 3 players? I'd already given mine to the Spurs relatables here, and some of them were agreeing, which was I picked Emerson, Davies, and Son as my top 3.
No, I'm not going Son. I would literally.
Is this for both teams?
No, this is just the Spurs.
I'm not going to name anyone other than Diaz for us. But
I would say, honestly, I'd say personally, it's either Davies or Romero top. And then Emerson is kind of, those three, Emerson, Davies, Romero, they have to be top 3. I know Son scored, but it was, pretty much a tap-in. And, I know we didn't keep a clean sheet, but it's as good as a clean sheet as it can be against Anfield away. Against Anfield away? Against Liverpool away. Son and Son. Yeah, I don't agree with that either. But what would you say, Joe? What would you, if you had to pick Spurs?
Romero had to be there. He was I'm not going to say that. He's annoying, he's an arsehole. That's what I was going to say. He was just, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Davies was weirdly good, and that block against Salah, I was convinced was going in. I know Son scored the goal. I agree. I know Son scored the goal, but it was a defensive masterclass in my opinion, which is annoying.
Yeah.
The only player that played well for us was Fabinho and Diaz, and that was pretty much it. I don't know what Trent keeps trying to do these trophy passes at the moment. He's got all these assists to his name, and he keeps trying to do this perfect ball, and it's just not working. And Salah, he scored that one amazing goal against Watford, and now he thinks he's Messi. I know he's amazing, but he keeps trying to score these unreal solo goals, and it's just grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, I did notice Trent doing a lot of long passes, which they weren't working.
I'm never going to slate him because Jesus, he could find my dad with one of those passes, but it's ridiculous. I'm just saying, it's just. I'm sorry, this gets all go wrong, but he keeps trying to. It's like he's forcing it too much. So he's forcing it too much to have the perfect pass at pinpoint. It's just do the job. It's a game of football at the end of the day. He's amazing at passing. I like that. It's just the perfect pass. What? Let me off. But. Yeah.
Put yourself off with that comment. Literally put yourself off.
Like and subscribe to SpursRelated.
We just dropped 4 viewers from 11.
All right, well, Kev, you're saying lucky Scousers of the Irish again. Yep, just typical Liverpool with their luck. How about we move to our bottom 3? And this is the one where I was getting into a bit of a debate here because I actually put Romero in my bottom 3.
Really?
Yes, I thought that he put us in really bad situations. Those tackles were really bad. Yes, he put in some good blocks, but it was all those different set pieces you guys had. It was Romero doing the tackles and the nudging and the pushing. So to me, he makes my bottom 3 based off of the fact that if you guys were if it was a better day, you guys would have buried us with those chances you got from set pieces.
Sorry, Andre, I didn't catch you. Who have you gone for there?
Romero.
You've gone Romero, bottom 3?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yes.
Andre, I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm not sure what game you're watching.
The Henderson tackle was horrible, but of course the Premier League refs are not good. They're not going to catch that. The Mane shove at the edge of the box.
Andre, listen, you need that grit in a performance like that. You have to make bad fouls. You have to put off the opposition and ruin their flow. You have to do that. That is part of a good performance.
But not putting us in. But that's the thing. I personally think you shouldn't be tackling Mane or pushing Mane at the edge of the box, who's waiting for that push so that you can get a set piece from there. To me, that's not good. I know what you're saying because Højbjerg puts in that performance all the time. And same thing with Romero, actually. He normally does put that aggressive performance. Sometimes they are fouls. But you shouldn't be giving Liverpool a chance at the edge of the box like that. It's just Liverpool just weren't on their A game today when it came to that.
Fair enough. Who's your other 2 players?
See, I was debating still. I was actually stalling a little bit because I wasn't sure who I would put in my other 2. Do you guys? How about you guys go ahead?
Bentancur, I don't think it was the main.
It's obviously hard to get bottom 3 because we played so well, but I'd probably go Bentancur was our worst player. A couple of really sloppy passes in the first half, nearly cost us. It's really
You
difficult.
can't name a defender.
Sessegnon was all right as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's hard if you have to push it, maybe Sessegnon, but also I don't think he had a bad game.
Got the assist, mate.
And then I don't know, and then who else? Man? It's difficult.
I'd say I would say this: the match was really different creatively as soon as Winks came on, but that might just be pushing it.
I mean, Winks, yeah.
Just name Winks for being
pop Winks in the bottom three as well for sure. Yeah, why not?
But
I
think the thing is, I don't think there is 3 players you can really back and name today because you played really well. Unfortunately,
yeah,
for me,
100%.
We had a lot. For Liverpool. I mean, Robertson wasn't on it again today. He's run out of steam recently. Konate was strong, but he got caught out for the goal that you scored. That was poor. Fabinho was great again. Luis Diaz was our player of the match. Salah was doing too much. Trent, I've already said how I feel about that today, but obviously it was just, we were just sloppy. I don't really think it was, you can pin it on one person for us, but for you guys, I think it was a tough one. Defense was amazing. Attack, you can't really slate because you didn't have the ball. The midfield was a little bit lost. That was a bit.
I think Lloris had a really good game. Yeah. Not in terms of saving, but he's claiming from the crosses that went in and big catches on that. That was class.
Did nothing wrong. There's nothing you can do about the goal. It was a deflection.
Yeah, that was just bad luck. But I'd say I'd put Bentancur in there, and then honestly Winks. I actually screamed no when he was coming on. I was not happy.
Yeah, I can't be arsed with that guy anymore.
He was confident.
That guy was ball chasing. The whole game. When he was on.
Yeah, 100%. But listen, Andre,
Burford's in there.
Yeah, I was just about to say before we go, Burford is in it saying he's got a vlog ready for tomorrow for the channel, so that'll be interesting. He was in the away end, so that'll be class.
Perfect.
And I bet that was absolutely class today, especially when we scored. So look forward to that, guys. Make sure you obviously sub, and cheers, Andre, for taking the reins on this one. And we've got a dip, but thanks, guys.
Yeah,
easy,
James, easy, Joe. Well, that was our top 3 or bottom 3, and I think that kind of covers everything. Elvis here saying this man has done to the players and achieved in 6 months is nothing but unbelievable. Transforms a team of players who were underachieving to a team who play for each other and believe that they can compete with anyone. And that is exactly the kind of mentality that we need for these last 3 games. We need 9 points out of 9. That's the best we can do here. And then we just have to hope that Arsenal drops points. And of course, the next game, probably the biggest game of this season, the Arsenal game. We need to win. We need to show them that we deserve top 4. And the only way that's happening is if we win these 3 games. Ayanami here saying, big match on Thursday. Take the stubbornness in from today to then. Exactly. So let's leave it with that. We'll come back to review some more things throughout the week. I think James and I are prepping a video to talk about the loans that are out right now, which ones we should keep, which ones we should sell. And we think we're going to be reviewing that before the Arsenal game comes around, because I think before we start thinking about who we're going to buy, we should think about what we have right now, and so on and so forth. But anyways, cheers, guys. Like and subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next video. And remember, come on, you Spurs.